Welcome everybody, it is Unstoppable Stilazzi today, and we got you a nice Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition Casa game. So this one is a 2 versus 2 Supremacy. On one side we got the Maltese and the French facing off against the Ottomans and the Italians. Before we get started, let's check out the map real quick and see what's up. So this looks like Saguenay, so you get a trade route right down the dead center of the map. Also, you have the little bay up here. This would be the Hudson Bay, I believe. Plenty of fish and whales, so if you want to go fish booming up here, you always can as well. This map is notorious for its Huron and its Cree natives. The Cree ones are closest to you, and the Hurons are down here if you want to grab them for their mantlets. So, let's get started and see how this match goes, shall we? Alright, so, I guess the big tickets here for me would be the Maltese, yeah. I like the Multi-Civ quite a bit, you know. They got a bunch of unique features to them that I find particularly useful. I like the variety of unique units that they can call upon from other parts of Europe, like the Longbowmen, the Cuirassier, the Oprischnik, the Spanish Lancer, the Cazador. Pretty wide open roster. Also their knightly units like the Hoop, Hospitalier, and the Sentinel. Pretty good, you know. They're very defensive, they got lots of defensive structures, they're good booming-wise with Wignacourt. Really nothing to complain about with Malta, except maybe their initial starting speed a little bit, but that's to be expected with the last civs. They also got the Italians, too. That's another interesting one. We don't usually see a lot of Italians. The great thing about Italy, which you are basically going to see right now, is once this Great Coat researches, as well as this Placer Mines here, you get a nice free settler with each technology that you research with the Italians. See that? Yep, settler came right out. Right in lockstep with the ongoing settler queue set up at the town center as well. This is their special unit, the Architect. He can build things for free, but it takes a long time to do so. You can actually pay up a bit of wood to have it build at a normal rate. So yeah, that's kind of the balancing act of Italy in the early game, is figuring out, okay, how much of the wood do I want to pay? Normally for things like the market and the house in the initial build, you usually want to wait till the wood cost is about like 80 wood. That's usually a pretty reasonable discount, and then you set the building to normal, and then you just finish it up quickly. Also, you want to keep a queue of architects going here constantly to keep these free settlers flowing. And as a result of them having so many free settlers, they don't get villager cards, you know? So you can pick something like capitalism to get a coin trickle. Also, advanced politicians is a great option, especially for fast fortress play, because it makes the age-up politicians deliver stronger rewards overall that you can utilize during the match, making it a really strong, solid option overall. And lastly, we got the... who's that? The Ottomans. The Evets. Come on, Evets. We know a lot about the Ottomans, you know. They automatically create villagers from their town centers. They're your rooks, so you don't have to queue them up yourself. As a result, too, you don't have to pay any food to train them either, which is really nice. Looks like they're starting to get gang saw, probably to help them get their initial buildings out. Now, it looks like, in general, they did not go trading posts. They did not compete for the center. It looks like it's actually the blue French. You know, French always grab a trading post, as well as the Maltese that went for the center trade route. Let's see who takes the bomb one, perhaps. That should be pretty interesting. Yep, and, what are they aging up with? Core Master, 400 wood. Pretty standard, you know. Ottomans can basically go for a variety of things. They can go double barracks janissary off of that. They can go foundry barracks and get abbess gunner. They can go deli. They get a couple of options, really. So we'll see how that goes when they're teamed up with the Italians here. Should be a pretty interesting situation. We definitely see the Architect making the most of those wood discounts, of not doing the initial wood payment to speed up production here. Also a Lombard. Now, the Lombard is a very oh, by the way, we got ourselves a German tongue for the Maltese, so they are playing Boom, I could assume. They'll probably follow that up with Wignacourt. to increase their natural resource gathering rate by 30% when near a town center. That should be really nice bonus. So as I was saying before, we see Italy is going to go with the Lombards. Now the Lombards are a very special building that lets you take one resource that you might have a surplus in, pay into the Lombard, and it returns it as the two other resources that you need, basically, right? So if you have a lot of food and you want some wooden coin, throw some food into it, you get a trickle of wooden coin that returns to you until all that food has been completely consumed by it, you know? It's like a market factory, basically, you know? It also acts as the saloon structure, so it also lets you train mercenaries there. In fact, it looks like Italy went with a outpost wagon. So they're gonna go with Uffizi. Ships one basilica wagon and causes Lombards to trickle XP while converting investments. So there's a bit of synergy here between that card and the Lombard. Wouldn't surprise me if this Italy went full Lombard with their architect, slowly building it up. Yeah, because you can have up to 5 of these. And looking at the deck, looks like they got one Lombard shipment over here, and they also have they basically have a good number of the Italian Lombard related cards, like Sienese Financiers, which deposits a medium amount of food, so you basically get a lot of wood and coin in return for that. Lucan Financiers puts in wood, you'll get food and coin back from that, and then Florentine Financiers puts 2.3k coin into it, which means you're going to get a really good trickle of food and wood back from that. So it's a good way of moving resources around. And advanced Lombards convert resources faster, so it makes that trickle happen a lot quicker, basically. So we're going to see the shipping of Monte di Pieta, so another Lombard is coming right out, as the architect begins to construct another one for free right now, until they want to speed up production. So Italy's going Hussar, and I think their first step is going to be to try to see, okay, these are the enemy trading posts. They've obviously taken over the entire trade route. What can I do from here? Can I go for their base? Can I squat at some of their villagers? What can I do with 5 Hussars? Now, take out the native scout, the French. That's one less source of line of sight for them. And you can definitely go in there and devastate the enemy with these. Aging. Yep, so France is going fast fortress, it looks like. France is a very fast fortress friendly civ. In age 3, they get a wide variety of useful shipments. Dragoon shipments, skirmisher shipments, falconet shipments. Keep unit alive, Hussar over there. Yeah, don't let those Hussars get you. Definitely not. Oh, interesting. So Malta has gone up with the British Tongue. The British Tongue gives you a commandery wagon and lets you make longbowmen from them. Also ships a number of them to you as well. Yeah, these are the same as the British longbowmen, actually. Except for the fact, since it's a commandery unit for the Maltese, that means that they get Shadow upgraded. You don't have to research Veteran, Guard, Imperial. The game does that for you, so that is a really useful little bonus for them. Looks like Malta's going to be relying on a lot of longbow spamming here to deal with these Hussars. Usually you don't want to go archers against the Hussars, but as long as they don't directly engage you, you might be able to fire a few arrows into them as they're retreating, which is a nice little bonus. It's not a big difference, but it can mean something. Got goons, so France is going to go anti-cav, whereas the Maltese are going to go full archer. They're also starting to get winged core constructions right now to give their villagers a nice 30% gather rate boost from natural resources like trees, mines, and huntables and berries, as long as they're near either a commandery, an outpost, a town center, or some sort of garrisonable, defensible structure. And also, we see the Dragoons developing from France to help aid the Longbowmen against this Hussar threat. Do we see any other supporting Hussars coming? No, but we see a deployment of Janissaries. Is this single barracks Janissaries? Is double racks Janissaries? Right now, it looks to be just one barracks. Maybe they'll go artillery or cavalry later. Perhaps, mayhaps. Now it looks like right now the surviving hussars are just going to retreat back to the janissaries, making a move on the center map for the trade route. One trading post has been sieged down. We'll see if the other ones can... oh yeah, it looks like this one got sieged. This one? Did anybody capture this one? Huh. I didn't even notice that. Definitely France is recapturing it though, so that's pretty good. Huh. Okay. So, yeah, it's Dragoon and Longbow versus Italian. What's Italian gonna do? Okay. So, Ottomans actually went up for the semi-FF with the Janissaries. That's certainly another option you can do. Let's look at the deck to see, like, what plans they got in general. So, over here, it looks like, they're kind of going for a very upgrade-heavy deck. We see the training cards here. Matraki School, Riding School, Royal Men Fridge, some combat cards. Yeah, Turks are playing very late-gamey here. I don't know how that's going to hold out here. Seems to be working pretty good with this nice start in Janissary Mass. But, oh yes, you gotta be careful with the Longbowmen, because they can hit you with their very solid 22 range. Even more than the skirmy. Yep, here comes the skirmishers. And I think they're going to try to ride it out together and make a push on these Janissaries. Now, is this Italian TC going to be finished up? Who's doing that? Is that the... oh, that's from the covered wagon. Ah, nice. Very nice. Oh, we're going to get Abbas Janissary. Okay, so it's Foundry Barracks. Yeah, you're going to need something to deal with Dragoons, and they're going to fare far better against these Longbowmen as well. As Abbas Gunners don't count as heavy infantry, so yeah, they're going to be popping a lot of crush damage onto these archers. It's going to be really nice. We'll see, though, what Italy has in mind. As the Ottomans ship in, their Safahi shipping as well for some splash. Oh, Italy's going up with Industrial Age, the Pope. The Papal, the Vatican. They're going to get experience from that politician. We'll see what they get. Oh, yeah, they got a bunch of XP. What are they going to do with that XP? They're going to get some shipments, I think. They're going to get a factory wagon. What else are they going to get? I'm assuming they're going to get something else. They're going to train Berseglieres. Yep. They're going to ship in more Bersaglieres. Now, these Berseglieres are basically a Age 4 skirmisher of the Italians. They're very good because when they kill a unit, they have this charged trumpet ability where it blows the trumpet, and the enemy basically covering his ear holes for dear life from the sound of the thing, and it stuns them, basically. They get dizzy. You see the little stars spinning, and it gives the Italians more time to shoot them as they're defenseless from the OP sound of the trumpet. Yeah, and in general... oh, this is their artillery. Alright, I was wondering why I was moving that way. Okay. Now, are they going to be able to keep these artillery safe from the Safahis, though? These things are a serious threat. They have splash damage, they have some really beefy stats. If Ottomans do go Industrial Age, they're going to get shout tech by that as well and have even better stats. So it looks like what Italy's going to do is ship in some Bersagliere, then they're going to get 2 Falconets and 2 Culverins in one shipment, so it's like a buy 2, get 2 free, and 2 Papal Bombards. As well as queuing up Papal Bombard from the factory. This is looking pretty serious, you know? The Papal Bombard, very powerful artillery with the same stats as the Little Bombard. You know, and they also get some special abilities they can acquire later on through, yeah, never mind. I was going to say if they had the Advanced Basilica, they could gain some additional ability, but it doesn't look like they have that right now. I think it's like a deflect that allows it to soak up the damage you do to the other cans into it instead. Allowing those other cans to survive easier. Yeah. Pretty useful. So it looks like here we're just going to see little bombards, Berseglieres, and other cannons group up with the Janissaries for the anti-cap component. and then move forward here on this offensive force. Also, the Safahis will be pretty useful at dispatching these Falcons. Aging. So, looks like Malta will be aging up to the industrial age. Is that right? That should be pretty interesting. Now, get those Dragoons, snipe these Falcons if you want to see a good outcome for these longbows. Yeah, it's way too many Dragoons. I mean, these cans are going to struggle to survive here. Yep, one's already down. Try to get as many archers as you can here if you possibly can. Yeah, it looks like, at least the Berseglieres are basically covering really well. Also, Abyss Gunners are going to be added to the mix. Yep, veteran Abyss Gunners. Janissaries are still charging forward with their scimitars. You know that damages the Dragoons really well, by the way, as well, since they do have the cavalry tag. So they're really suffering to those scimitar slashes. And these Bersagliere are going to try to form a defensive line and give way to the Bombards. These Papal Bombards. Heavy, heavy damage on these things. Heavy, heavy damage on them. I never quite looked at the stats of the Bombard before. I can imagine they're like a weaker version of the Little Bombard until you get the Imperial upgrade. Then they're like the Little Bombard, but really it's the Big Bombard because there's nothing little about that cannon at all. Unless you compare it to like a Great Bombard, and in that case, yeah, it'd be pretty little compared to it. Anyways, yeah, these cannons are really strong. They do a lot of splash damage, a lot of generic damage, and well, being a Bombard style cannon, you know, it's not about the multipliers, it's about the splash and about the damage overall. And sometimes, yeah, they can knock cavalry off their horse if they hit them directly. Oh, this is an interesting Italy card. Milanese Arsenal. Ships an arsenal wagon, makes arsenal technology 50% cheaper, and enables the advanced one, so it's like a better version of advanced arsenal. And guess what? Since those are technologies, every one of those you research means more free villagers for Italy, which, right now, how many villages they got? They got about 33 villages on the field, right? What? Ah, yeah. Alright. Stop his hunt. Stop it. Stop his hunt, man. Oh, he's using the town centers to try to capture the hunts up here. Yeah, and by taking out the architects, you're going to be able to deny him additional food, which Italy clearly needs right now. I don't think they have enough spaghetti and meatballs to get much more infantry, so if you can stop that hunt there, that'd be pretty good as the Maltese and French team. Yeah, so what's like the plan for Malta right now? I'm curious. So Malta is still again their second wood shopping upgrade. Oh, they're going hoop throwers. I see they just went with the rockets. So there, yeah, Malta's gonna add in some hoopies now, some hoopy cats. I like the hoop throwers. They're a really good siege unit. And best of all, Malta can add additional weapons to them, like the rockets. Basically, all the rockets do is they grant the hoop throwers a longer ranged attack that they can fire the rockets with, yeah. And then in short range they use the hoop attack, long range they use the rocket attack. Also they can pull out a flamethrower at really short range too as another weapon card, but it doesn't look like they have that here, so we probably won't see it. Nah. They could also go economic, get a factory, get Sicilian supply. Sicilian supply is really good because it not only helps your mills out really good, it gives you a food trickle too. So it's a really nice food eco card that Malta gets in place of a factory. You know, they only get one factory, which puts them a bit back until they send that. Italy's looking pretty good right now. Big mass of little bombards, Bersaglieres. Oh, here's the guard upgrade on those hoopies. So we're gonna definitely be getting hoop throwers. Yeah, these things are not to be trifled with. These are really good siege warriors. And again, the amalgamation, the second mining upgrade as well, to be able to keep up with the coin cost of them. It's definitely a solid unit all around. Oh, so Leah's doing culverins right now to try to deal with the bombards. Very smart. Unfortunately, they happen to land right on top of your tower, though, so that thing's going down. Oh yeah, Italy can get a Royal Guard upgrade on their culverins, the Spin Guards, which gives them a nice little defensive wooden frame thing to protect themselves like a little shell. That's cool. That's interesting. And what's the Ottomans doing? Are they just gonna go Abyss from this point on? Yeah, veteran Abyss gunners. Not a bad choice considering the longbows concern here, as well as dragoons. So, oh wow, look at this. Courier de Bois so safe here with all these dragoons. They can actually move on the other side of the trade route to do some mining work. You don't see that every day. Also, we see French moving their artillery foundry forward so they can get some culverins in, most likely. Dragoons are also going to look for some raiding opportunities since they can creep up on the Italians right over here. Or, yeah, you can burn down those basilicas too. That's a significant source of their experience. So if you get that down, that's pretty helpful. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, get this one down. Maybe get another one down. Starting to get the estate upgrades too, is Malta. How are they doing on mining? Are they getting any mining done? Oh yeah, they're working that Wignacourt. That's what that little green little ring is Wignacourt. So they're actually mining 30% faster because of it. Not to mention the settler wagons from the German Tunkard really helping out there. So yeah, this is looking like a pretty tight fight here. I can't tell who's going to win at this point. I guess it's down to if these little bombards can survive the wave. Can they survive the culverins of the French here? These are not culverin royales, by the way, so these are just dry culverins. Can they dish out enough damage? Also, how are the Ottomans doing? They're actually walling up along the coastline, which is really smart, just in case your opponent decides to go on the water. That water route is definitely one I've been attacked on before, so I can definitely understand where they're coming from for that. Oh no, but the Hoopies are going to use their rockets to try to hit those bombards. Oh, and then the culverins are right up again. Why don't you shoot at something, man? You're going to lose. I don't think you can get them out quick enough. Try to defend them, though. Whoop. Bersagliere and front lines. Culverins need to be over here, not going explorers. Yeah, the little French frog is really slicing them with this little fencing sword there. On guard. Yeah, Italy just quit. They still have besiegers, but they still quit anyways. Well, they both quit, so GG. Good effort. I definitely like that Italian F5 strategy with the bombards. That was really smart. But let's check post-game and see how things really went. Well, that little F5 stunt of theirs gave them the worst resource stockpile at the end of all the players. Which, you know, for all the units they put out, I think that's pretty fine. France, though, coming in strong with their fast-gathering Courier de Bois villager. Malta close behind with Wignacourt. And Ottomans, you know, the middleman. In terms of kills, Italy got a lot of casualties in there with their Bersagliere play and their Bombard play. But the problem was, you know, when you have a reliance on a handful of units, like 5 or so Bombards, even just a little bit of performance by 88 Dragoons like this is enough to take you out, you know? I don't think the Longbowmen were the win condition. I think it was just the Dragoons from Elia that did it, you know? I think Elia did the most work there, as well as the good culverin work too. So yeah, good work on that. Hopefully, you know, you enjoyed this casted game and all the ones I do. I want to do more of them, you know. I'm sure Leah and the trading post clan's gonna send me more of them. So you send me some too. You know, I want to do all sorts of players. You know, it could be professional, unprofessional. It could be Colosseum, free for all, whatever you want. Whatever game you want to be casted, I'll do it for you. 100% guaranteed. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that one. I'm going to be taking off from this one now. See you in the next time I do some casting. Now, signing off right now. See you later.